Hello, everybody. Qualia Quartz here. I don't remember what I was just doing. What is going on? I don't remember doing this. Ignore that. I'm back with another 20 album cover banner designs. This time featuring 2 designs from a little friend of mine. Would you care to introduce yourself, oh strange magical yellow man?
My name is Mike, but some of you may know me as Disney Plus.
Yes, from the world famous Disney World with Mike and Dom video. Bit rude. First off, we got one of my favorite designs so far just because of how accurately it came out. It's the color and the shape by Foo Fighters. Take a blue banner, give it a light gray X, light gray spikes on the top and the bottom, a bunch of light gray stripes, a blue stripe on the right, and then a red stripe in the center. This is my favorite one of the batch because look, it looks like the scrunched up version of the actual thing. It came out perfectly. Up next, we have the reason why there's so many bees popping up all over the place, and that album is Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator. Take a green banner, give it yellow spikes on the bottom, give it a black stripe down the center, make the top half red, give it a yellow gradient from the top, add a white creeper face, and then a yellow circle. This one, I wish I could get more of the bees into the frame. That's the only thing I'm wishing I could do. Other than that, this one came out pretty good, and I love that I was able to use the creeper face to have the clouds as well. If you abstractly look at the cover, you can kind of see where you can put that creeper face in. Maybe I've just been doing these so much that I can naturally see it. Hey, that wasn't scary at all. Up next, this artist has been requested quite a bit. This is probably the easiest one to do of him, and that is Station to Station by David Bowie. Take a light gray banner, give it a black creeper face, a black triangle on the bottom right side, white bars on the top and the bottom, red spikes on top, and then a white border. I like this one a lot because I was able to give him like the diagonal head poking out with this negative space. Up next, this one's pretty simple. I decided to just keep it clean, keep it simple for this one. And it's The College Dropout by Kanye West. I don't really think I need to explain this one. White or brown banner, yellow skull, brown or orange flower pattern, and then orange or brown circle. I opted to swap these colors around for the white version just to make it a little more distinguishable, especially considering the subject matter in the middle is mostly orange, but it wouldn't really read at all with the orange border. So not only is that for both covers, but it also kind of gives 2 alternatives for the way that you make that border. Up next, before I made a joke about there being a complete overlap between Minecraft fans and Weezer fans, but I think that title actually goes to Tally Hall. I swear I've received a million Tally Hall comments, so I've made Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum, in which we take a light gray banner, give it white bricks. Yes, I know, it's The Wall by Pink Floyd, I get it, haha. Add a white bar on the bottom, red spikes, a black border, then a white border, and then black spikes on top. So we got the mishmash of everything going on up here, we got the text box down here, and it's also kind of the members.
Oh, is that the one where they're all at the bottom standing?
Yep. Well, I guess the white part is kind of them as well,
Is that...
as the text box.
I mean, they are white boys.
They are white boys, that is true. Up next, we've got an oldie but a goldie. It's Black Sabbath's self-titled album.
What's it called?
Black Sabbath.
Cool.
Yeah. I've received numerous comments for Paranoid. I'm still cooking on that design. In the meantime, I wanted to do the first album because that cover goes hard. Take a red banner, give it a light gray gradient on the top, yellow spikes, a black diamond, a brown stripe on the right, a black bar on the bottom, and then a red gradient from the bottom. And there we have that ominous figure looming next to the tree. It's pretty good. Up next, this one's kind of cursed. I apologize. This one is so cursed. This one is supposed to be Astroworld by Travis Scott. Look at this.
Insert clip of Travis Scott falling off stage.
Take a dark gray banner, give it an orange circle, a yellow snout pattern, a yellow flower, an orange triangle on the bottom, a brown block on the bottom, and then a light blue block on the top. Travis Scott is looking a lot like some sort of weird Mayan statue or something.
It looks like the monster from Outlast, if you know that one. Oh wait, no, Amnesia, I think. They're the one PewDiePie used to play.
Like epic PewDiePie.
Put up a picture of PewDiePie Amnesia fan art.
Up next, we've got one for all you Americans out there. It is American Football by American Football. Take a yellow banner, give it light gray stripes, a light gray stripe on the left and the right, make the top half green, give it a light gray diamond, and then a white border.
I like how you can still see like the yellow of the light on the wall.
Yeah, there was another design where I was opting to put the tree in the background, but there wasn't room for the window. I opted for the window because of that.
I don't even remember there being a tree.
Yeah, window's much better. I was also trying to put the text in, but it was either the window or the text, so I think I opted for the window.
Yeah, this one looks better from a distance.
Up next, another one for all you Americans out there. We got American Idiot by Green Day. This one's got fingers. It's pretty good.
Well, that's like shockingly good. I haven't taken a look at this one.
I love me an album cover with fingers. We take a black banner, give it a diagonal white stripe, a white thing pattern, a red diamond, a black triangle on top, white spikes on the top, and then a black block in the top right. And that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count them. Every single part of the hand represented somehow. Yeah, this one came out pretty perfectly, just like the color and the shape.
I'm going to put this one on my wall.
Alt-rock fans be eating today. Up next, we've got one that you designed.
Okay, this is Citrus by Asobi Seksu. So you want to start off with an orange banner and put the red squiggly thorny border around it. Then put a red chunk on the bottom, not the big one, just like a little bit. I don't know what it's called. Flower sun in white. Thing in black, then an orange triangle from the top, and finish it off with an orange circle in the middle. Yippee.
Yippee!
Put up the video of the Yippee kid.
Yeah, I really like this one's design because it's not every day you have someone upside down on a cover, so we were able to use the thing in a different way.
Yeah, it works surprisingly good for hair.
Up next, another top requested one that I designed a few years ago, but I didn't really like it. This one's a little weird to do as a banner, but I really like this one. It's Atrocity Exhibition by Danny Brown. Take a blue banner, make the top half black, give it a vertical pink stripe, a black triangle on the bottom, a purple skull pattern, a black creeper face, and then a white border. This one's a little awkward because the coloring on the cover is like so in between several different colors. Like, we already run into the issue with tan a lot, but this one's like even worse just because it's like, I don't know, it's like so in between. Like I could use orange. I opted to focus on the purple and the pink for the face. If I were to make these two the same thing, the same color, then you wouldn't see the face. So I just made the face purple, which then also got some purple down here in this area, like the area behind him. So I think it came out pretty well, although obviously it's not perfect.
It's recognizable. I could tell what it is.
Yeah, even if he is a little Thanos-y. Up next, this band has been requested quite a few times across several of their different albums, and I opted to do this one first. It is Jazz by Queen. There will be more, trust me. I felt like doing this one because this one felt a little more requested. We take a black banner, give it white spikes on the top and the bottom, give it a black border, a white globe pattern, a gray flower, and then a white circle in the middle. And that's my way of conveying all those tiny little circular lines.
Kind of looks like teeth.
Yeah, alternatively, you could just not make Jazz by Queen and just stop here in its teeth.
Hole.
Up next, I'm guessing a few of you might have seen this in the thumbnail and thought this was The Life of Pablo. That one's coming next. Next video, trust me. This is not The Life of Pablo. This is Maps by Billy Woods. And shout out if you did recognize that it was Maps.
I thought this was Life of Pablo.
See, I knew it. I think I should have done The Life of Pablo before, but someone requested this one. I'm trying to do one per artist per video, so I've already done a Kanye album, so The Life of Pablo is coming in the next one. Take a black banner, give it white bricks, white stripes, a black block in the bottom left, a lime block in the bottom right, an orange cross, and then an orange border. And there we go, one of the best albums of last year. Up next, we've got another one that Maik has designed.
This is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's Kuuchuu Camp by Fishmans.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I said that right. This one kind of frustrates me because I don't know. I mean, I got the colors in the places where they should be, but we're sorely missing tan. Like,
yeah.
Tan for the next update. Start off with a magenta banner. Put a dark gray column on the left side, a yellow column on the right side. Cut it up with a white bottom half. Put a white border around it. Then use the brown color for the, I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's like ground in the album cover. I don't know.
It's dirt.
Basically, put it at the bottom. Dirt. I eat dirt. Light gray corner in the right bottom. It's how the closest I could get it.
No, that's pretty
I'm
good.
proud of it.
Yeah, there's been several Fishmans comments, so hey, we're starting here. Up next, we've got quite a colorful one.
The Wiggles. Yummy.
It's not the Wiggles! It's Speaking in Tongues by Talking Heads.
I mean, that's pretty much the same thing.
Take a yellow banner, give it a blue block on the bottom, a pink corner on the top right, a lime corner on the top left, a yellow cross, just the cross, not the thick line, a light blue circle in the middle, and then a red border. There is one imperfection with this cover that I had to do in order to save on some layer space, and that is that I wish I could get this corner to be light blue, because in the real cover, these are two different colors, but I didn't have the layer space for it, so this was my workaround, is just making them the same shade of blue. But it's still pretty accurate overall, and they are still blue. Up next, this one you probably won't be able to tell what it is until you know what it is. It's Mezzanine by Massive Attack. That bug, it's that bug. You know I had to use that thing symbol for the pincers, like what else would I do? Take a white banner, give it a black triangle on the bottom left, add a white circle, white spikes on the bottom, a white block to the top, and then a black thing symbol. We have the layer space for one more layer, but I can't figure out any other way to get this bug to look a little more accurate. I wish I could get a little bit, just a tiny thin black line or so on top. For now, this is what I got. I think this one is probably gonna get updated in the future.
Yeah, that's probably the best you could get it. I don't know what else you could put there.
Yeah, it is what it is. Some albums come out freaking perfect, like the color and the shape. Like Foo Fighters got it lucky, but Massive Attack, not so much. Up next, this one also came out really good. This one is Aja by Steely Dan. Take a white banner, give it some red stripes, a black block on top, a black stripe on the right, red spikes on top, and then make the entire left side black. What? Send him to the pit. Send him to the pit. Get grummed, get grummed, get grummed. Oh my god. Up next, if we can ignore that brutal murder once again, please, thank you. We have Lift Your Skinny Fists by Godspeed You Black Emperor. Look at those silly little hands. The hands are my favorite part. The red parts, I'm a little iffy on, but I got it the best I could get it. Take a red banner, make the bottom side pink, give it a brown bar on the top and the bottom, a red diamond, a red skull pattern, and then a brown flower pattern. That brown flower pattern very effectively creates that empty space in between the red. I just wish I could get the outside ring to look a little better, because it's very mishmashy right now. You might be thinking you could use a globe pattern or the thing. Those are okay, but this one covers the screen with a little more red, and those other ones were only just on the edges. Up next, this one's kind of a no-brainer if you've already seen the first album from these guys. Yeah, it's Weezer Green Album, which is basically a lot of the same steps that we use for Weezer Blue, but this one came out a lot cleaner because 3 of them are wearing the same color. Take a black banner, give it a green stripe on the right, a pink stripe across the center, make the top half lime, give it black spikes on the top, a lime block on the top left, and then a lime border. Maybe this one isn't as loved or as memed as the Blue album, but it came out better as a banner, because that's pretty clean. You got Rivers somewhere in there, bunched up with the other white boys. And finally, another pure, simple one that's been requested numerous times. I've already done Volume Alpha, so now I've done Volume Beta by C418. Take a yellow banner, give it a red gradient on the bottom, a black diamond, a black squiggly border, and then black bricks. This one makes me wish that we had a stripe on the top and the bottom that is just ever so slightly skinnier, because as it stands, if I wanted to use the black stripe on the top and the bottom, those things are so thick that it cuts off way too much. I'm talking, even if I made this a circle in the center, it still cuts it up all the way to the circle. So it is what it is. I had to use the wider version because it looks better. Neither way is perfect, but I think this one reads more. You get more of the gradient as well. And that does it for the new ones. We have a few updates that I'd like to show. I got a comment recipe for an alternative way to make random access memories by Daft Punk, and I think this one is definitely superior to the one that I showed. This one makes use of an orange creeper face to get the orange goldish bits of the cover in the correct places a little more. And I also kind of agree that my use of yellow was alright, but I think I prefer the orange looking at it now. This one takes a black banner, gives it an orange creeper face, makes the left side light gray, adds a central black bar, and then gives it a black squiggly border and a black block on the top and the bottom. And if we compare the two, yeah, I think you can agree that this one's an upgrade. Up next, this one actually wasn't from the comments, but I was scrolling around on one of those banner websites and I couldn't ignore this. Someone made this crazy, nearly photorealistic version of Whole Lotta Red, and it's so bizarre and funny to me. Take a black banner, give it a white flower symbol, a black thing symbol, a white globe, a black squiggly border, and then red spikes on top and a white border. If we compare it to my version, Like, mine is obviously very simplified. This one went above and beyond. And I like that. Trust me, I do. I really love this version. I think for consistency's sake, I'm gonna keep this in my collection just because it's a little more consistent with other similar banners like Weather Day, Damn, Little Dark Age, just, you know, this type of style of putting someone in the center. I think it looks better as a collection, but this version of it is definitely gonna stick around because look at how perfect that is. I mean, from afar, that is actually kind of scary that that's a banner. Anywho, up next, I got a comment saying that maybe I should try putting in an orange gradient for the American version of Is This It? The issue is that this banner uses light blue at its base, at its core, so there's no perfect way to insert this gradient without making parts of the blue affected by this gradient. But I think you can look past that. It does look pretty good with that gradient. Even if it does make some of the blue bits murky, I do like the way that this one looks. The layer I chose to sacrifice was the yellow skull pattern because that one was kind of fluff. It wasn't really necessary in the first place. So basically I proposed the same design as before, only instead of doing a yellow skull pattern, we do an orange gradient and then put in the blue spikes. And finally, I got a comment alternative design of Loveless. This design starts with the same black banner, but gives it a purple triangle on the top left, a red gradient on the top, and then a magenta gradient on top, a magenta squiggly border, and then black spikes on the bottom.
It looks really good. I like this one.
They're both good. I don't know, I'm conflicted.
I kind of feel like the red isn't really necessary.
Well, if you look at the actual cover, there is a little bit of red to it in certain areas, and I wanted to convey that a little bit, but maybe this one does it a little too much. Comment below which one you prefer, because I'm on the fence on this one. And finally, another comment suggestion. This one was even bugging me while I was editing the previous video. Like, I was thinking to myself, why did I just put the pink on top? Why didn't I put it under the gradient? That's the only update here to Nevermind. I just wanted to put the pink bits underneath the light blue gradient because color-wise, like, doy, of course, this one looks way more accurate. And that's about it.
Stop.
Oh?
Bonus banner.
Bonus banner?
Okay,
Oh my god.
this one. This is the album by Blackpink. I'm sure it will make someone out there happy. Okay, you start off with a black banner, put a pink flower, a black dot in the middle, cut it up in half from the bottom with black, put a pink, I don't know, bottom
I call them blocks.
block?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bottom block, then put a black bottom block above that, and then cut it up with a squiggly border, so you get that little sliver of pink that's like supposed to be the band name.
Sweet. A little surprise for people who watched to the end. I didn't even know that this was here. Now that does it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this week's batch. Tune in next time for more, I guess. Who would have thunk it? There's 20 more albums next week. Leave some suggestions in the comments. Leave some edit ideas if you have any edits, because, oh, I really want to edit that Mezzanine one.
Hold on. Another thing.
There's more?
We can't let him be like this. We have to put him out. Was misery.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Do you want to do it?
I'll do the honors.
Goodbye.